I agree with it.
You're right on the edge then of indoctrination, but that's what
people will react if you say indoctrination. If you say I grew up in the government schools, which was conditioning me to operate the way they want me to in the society that they envisioned, people will be like, crap, yeah, that happened to me. Those jerks.
Yeah. Well, they continually came back with the refusal to answer the question why, like our government's doing now. My teachers would never answer the question why. Why do I need to learn algebra? Because it teaches you to problem solve. But they just shut up and learn it. No, I'm sorry, no, I'm not going to.
Why do you need a hall pass? Because you need to learn how to ask permission.
Exactly. You know, there's a lot of conditioning.
If you're going to have a cookie, you've got to share it with everyone.
So,
if I've got a cookie, maybe I'll divide it up and sell it.
Well, are we?
Yeah,
or trade it,
or
barter,
trade it. Yeah.
Barter. I want the cupcake.
I mean, so what that does to a little kid is boom, Marxism at an impressionable age by an authority figure. God gave children to families, not to the state.
Well, I always hated. I've never been a fan of collectivism. Growing up and
it's
having
contrary to your nature.
Well, it is, and growing up, but a lot of people seem to like it. There's such a group of people out there that like it, and we in school would have to work in groups. Well, what a silly concept!
Yeah.
When you go out into the workforce, you don't work in groups. You may work as a team to get a project done, but you have your task that is yours and yours alone. And if you don't do it, you're fired.
Yeah.
But in school, I'm working in a group, and I'm doing all the work because they learned real quick that someone will step up and do all the work, and I wanted to get a good grade, so I'm going to do the work and forget it. You know, fine, here, I'll put your name on it. I'm glad you helped so much. But that's our whole society.
Yeah, it's demoralizing. Communism is actually a really good system for the couple of fat cats at the top, and so is fascism, which we need to define those terms. Communism is where the state owns and controls industry. Okay, fascism is where private individuals own, but the state controls. So right now, the debate in America is not about freedom in the mainstream debate. It's about fascism versus communism. Should there be private ownership? It's just assumed that there should be public control. It is absolutely contrary to the basic principle of property. Now let me give you one parting point, and then I got to get to a committee meeting. All right? Don't trust this Congress any more than our current Congress. Let me tell you why. Because power corrupts, and it corrupts your judgment before it corrupts your morals. And people are not designed to control and dominate and manage other people. And there is enough carryover, stuff that hasn't been unlearned by people in this body, that there is a feeling within Continental Congress that we, as Continental Congress, would do a way better job of the task that ought not to be done, which is to manage and run people's lives. Continental Congress, if Continental Congress tries to be the new dictator, if there's a void and Continental Congress rises up as the new dictator, everyone out there who's watching this right now has just as much of a duty to disobey Continental Congress as they did the U.S. tyrannical federal Congress. Do you hear that? Let me say that again. This body is just as much of a liability to your freedom as the last one because of how it's structured. The only way for governments to function is for them to be absolutely crippled. And that's what the Constitution did. And the Founding Fathers, some of them said, no, we don't even want a government. And you know, God told the Israelites, no, don't have a government. All you need is a militia and a court. And the only time, you know, when you have a dispute between one another, you come before the court. And other than that, there's no government. You don't need it. Everything else, just free market takes care of himself. That was the Old Testament suggestion. All right? Now, the Founding Fathers, what they said is, if we don't create a, and I won't speak to whether I think this was right or not, because I'm not settled on that. But the logic that they gave is, if we don't create a government, somebody will. So the best we can do to preserve liberty in a fallen world is to create a government and instantly cripple it with the Constitution. And that's what it did. But the Constitution is not enforceable. So it's up to us to just learn to never kiss the ring, never bow the knee to Caesar, never commit the highest form of idolatry by putting a man or a group of men or a government in the place of God and natural law. There's a new religion in this country, and the God of this religion is government, and the priests are the legislators, and legislation is the sacrament, and people have a deep, deep, sincere faith in this new God that they learned in school, and they really believe that if the right combination of those rituals, those legislative rituals performed by their priests can be performed, that any problem can be solved. And you know where the fallacy in this is? Is that God never creates an authority that is autonomous from Him. He created natural law, common law, to rule over us. And any time that a government gets out from under that, when they run off and in rebellion, they automatically forfeit, nullify, lose by default their authority. So we have a government that's run amok, that's using arbitrary force, not law. They don't care what the law says. All they care is what they have the power to do, and they don't have any authority. They don't have the authority. They have the power, and those are totally different. Authority and power are totally different. Declaration of Independence says all just powers are derived by the consent of the governed. They don't have and that's any. If you don't consent, it's all voluntarism. It's all about voluntarism. They've forfeited their authority, and we have a duty. We have a duty to disobey. And here's why. Because if we are complacent, if we stand by, if we allow them to intimidate us into silence while they break the laws of the universe, the blood that our government spills is to a certain degree on our hands. And that is not a guilt that I want to bear on my conscience. I will risk the consequences. I will put my family in danger. I will put myself in danger before I will blacken my conscience with a silence about my government's lawless conduct. And I call on everybody out there. That is an individual choice. That's up to you. Nobody can make that for you. You don't need to wait for Continental Congress to tell you to do that. You are a human being who has a moral obligation to your own conscience to do what's right, and nobody can make that decision but you. And I'd ask you to do that right now. Be free. I gotta go.
Well, thanks for your time. This is Schaeffer Cox, delegate from Alaska. If ever there was a reason to visit, if not move there, it's guys like this. And
I'm pretty typical in Alaska.
We've had a good time talking to you and watching your speeches. But we're at the Continental Congress Live. We're having a good time, and they're still going.
We're going to get those articles of association out, or compact of mutual support, or whatever it is. But for all of you who are out there who made that decision, that document hopefully will be for you. It might be a pansy-mamby thing, and then we're just back to us by ourselves, which is okay, because we got to do right no matter what. But I'm going to do my very best to make sure that it's not a wuss of a document.
Well, cc2009.us is where you can get involved and also tell your friends.
All right, we'll see you.